participate in this lovely sport. We in there. If you on that hit squad, then hit hard. Bogart and take charge. If you got accuracy to beat the QB, then let me see you throw it deep.
Gather around, school brothers and sisters. This is Under the Lights, brought to you by Minnesota Sports Talk and Purple and Gold for Days. Your lovely hosts, Justin and Dave. What's up? What's up, everybody?
5 in a row. 5 in a row, ladies and gentlemen. Haven't had that since, last year. But
last year, yeah, when we went 7 in a row.
What's going on, everybody? It is great to have you with us. This is Under the Lights. And boy, oh boy, how does it feel? How does it feel, ladies and gentlemen? How does it feel? Put it in the chat. How do you feel
right times, now? Man. Happier times.
Absolutely. Let's give some shout outs right off the bat. Sodak in the building. He's the first chatter in the building tonight, half an hour ago, according to the Time Wizards. But that's all good. We got I Want to Mock Bob in the building. The offense should be called the Dobbs. Okay. There and the concussion squad. Oh, well, that's a little, but that's all right. That is all right. Skull for Life Barber. 1975. What's going on, Barber? Good to see you. We got my guy Mateo. Too bad Anthony Barr is washing, has knees issues. That's the positivity from Mateo we all know and love. We got Gary in the building. What's up, Gary? Good to see you. Ryan, appreciate you stopping in. Thanks again kindly. And the single greatest Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, TikTok handle of all time, My Worthless Opinion. We ain't seen you for a minute, Worthless. How you doing? Because your opinion is never worthless. Especially on our shows. I'm sorry, what'd you say, Dave?
And Vines.
And Vine. Yes, Vine. Vine. Yes. Okay. Shout out Jim NFL. Number 7. What's going on, Jim? Good to see you. Good to see you. We got Raymond in the building. What's going on? Good to see you. We got the other Skull for Life. What's going on? We got Ashley in the building. What's up, Ashley? How y'all doing? Appreciate you. I did send you an email. I found the one. I know it was a while ago, but I finally found it. I had an email sent to you. So just let me know, and I'll get that over to you so we get that hooked up there. But that's the shout outs so far this evening of everybody that's in the building. Thank you so kindly. If you didn't already do so, wipe your feet at the door. Hit them like buttons on both channels. And if you're not subscribed to both, hit that subscribe button. Can I get 5 new subscribers tonight? I'm just asking for 5 for right now. Give me to 900. Give me to 900. Anyway, Davey.
Where are you at right now?
895, 5 away from 900.
All right. Get him 4. Make him earn that 5th one.
Yeah. Okay. What's up, Frozen? Good to see you. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Thank you kindly for joining us. Oh, you want to talk about the game first? You want to talk about the
let's talk about latest transactions. Hicks has got a compartmental contusion. I guess that's what it's called.
Where's Dr. Proto? He can give us the skinny on what.
Well, I saw Dr. Skull. Dr. Skull, like that. I don't know, that guy they brought on Purple Daily that time to talk about. Anyways, he's out 4 weeks at least. If it's anything like other guys, he doesn't come off right away. Right. That's when his window will open, and we've been very conservative with putting injured players on the field, which has probably helped us. Honestly, they are not going back on the IR, so that's good.
Well, I think at this point in the season, you're pretty close to not even being able to put him on IR because of the amount of time it would take to get back anyway. But well, yeah, we got 7 games left plus the bye week, so we still got some time. But I get your point. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of one of those freaky things where it's just like he went into the tent, then he came back out and played, and apparently made the thing worse. So hopefully
I mean, it probably was going to end up being bad anyways. He's playing with adrenaline and everything, so I don't think him playing made it necessarily any worse.
Right.
Just one of those things. Yeah, I agree with his coach. He was playing at a Pro Bowl level. Whether or not he would have made the Pro Bowl is a different story. But you guys like him do not make Pro Bowls because they do not, do not get sacks. Right? Yeah. They're not. He doesn't make the splash plays. He's the everyday just tackle machine. So those guys tend to not get the Pro Bowls, and Kendricks never did either, really. So
Right. It took him forever.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So it's like it's a downer, man. Because really, can Ivan Pace and Osmond do what he can? We'll find out. I think
We'll
Pace
find out.
more.
Right.
Pace more. He showed some flashes, stopping the run. This last, getting in there. There were some plays where there's 3 blockers. He got by all of them. He's not the same type of player. He's not gonna, he's gonna bob and weave, missing blocks to get the tackle, and Hicks was a guy that would, set the edge, or just hit the hole, and or, take on the blockers, and let other people make the play. And he made plays themselves.
I'll say this: Ivan Pace is going to be. There's going to be times where he makes some splash plays, and there's going to be times where he takes himself up. So, what's going on? Oh, there we go.
In the chat, can you tell me if it's Dave that's cutting in or out, or is it Justin that's cutting in or out? We can't tell each other. We can't tell.
Yeah, we both keep spinning here, so I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you disappeared for me. Well, you're.
Yeah, you did too. So there you go. Shout out James in the building. Shout out Raymond in the building. Shout out Two-Tone Tony in the building. What's going on, everybody? Appreciate you guys. Well, again, getting back to Jordan Hicks.
Apartment syndrome.
Yeah, getting back to Jordan Hicks though. Shout out to SK. He put it in the chat and he put himself out there where he was like, "Hey, Jordan Hicks is going to surprise people. He's going to have a great season." We all laughed at him, but SK's laughing all the way to the bank on that bet. But yes, hopefully Hicks will be able to get back relatively soon. I can guarantee.
Somebody put me in that category of laughing at SK. I was completely fine with re-signing him. He led us in tackles for most of the season until Kendricks popped up and passed him at the end of the year. I loved what he did. I saw the flashes of what he could be when we played Green Bay, because when he read the play, saw nobody coming out, and just attacked Rodgers and bent him in half. But he wasn't allowed to do that the whole rest of the year.
Right.
And he used him wisely, and that's what Brian Flores said in his press conference to start the season, and I was like, great. And honestly, he's played better in pass coverage, and he's played 3 downs. He's been awesome. I would have been pissed if he didn't get the Pro Bowl. That's how good he played for us. I said earlier in the year, I got a little grief for it. I said he was the backbone of our defense, bringing us back. That's the way I felt about it. I thought he was the leader. And that's been reiterated by his coach in the last press conference. This is a guy that talks to the line, talks to the defensive backs. Where's the green dot? He's gonna be missed, but this is just another chance for guys to step up, to see what Awesome wants to do, to see what Pace can do, and to see what apparently Barr will do. Now, I don't assume Barr will play this week.
No chance. No chance. I'll be shocked.
Dobbs was out of emergency.
Yeah. I would be utterly shocked if Anthony Barr plays this week.
Because a blindfolded Dobbs could do better than Sean Mannion. So that's why we put him out there, and thank God it happened, because we would think about the situation. It's funny. I mean, Dobbs, we'll talk about, he's next, but we're going to talk about him. Let's just move on to the game and how Dobbs played.
Well, real quick before we move on, let me just finish this on Hicks real quick. I was saying that SK was saying that he is not only going to be good, but he's going to be great. And I think the point is that, it was a better decision to keep him than Eric Kendricks. And I said, well, yeah, from a salary standpoint, yes, I absolutely agreed for that. But he was just like, no, this guy's he's going to surprise you. And I was like, okay, I hope you're right. But anyhow, with all that being said, hopefully speedy recovery. He'll be out I think he's going to be out a couple of weeks. I think we probably won't see him until after the bye week. And if we get him before the bye week, so much the better. But all right, let me get a couple in here to the chat here, and then we'll move on.
Games, because you throw the bye week in there, that's 5 weeks. He might be back by then. We'll see.
Possibly. Shout out Drop Shot Jake in the building. What's up? Skull Bar is back home. Sad for Hicks. Hope he gets better. No, totally agree. Our jobs, and am I still flickering for you or no?
Yep, you are.
Right.
I'm losing your voice too. But I was going to say the crazy thing. We were just segueing into Dobbs about how he how he stepped up and right away. And I was gonna say like, hey, he would have never got his chance. Hold it, he had his chances. He played 8 games already this year before he came to us.
Mm-hmm.
It's like he wasn't he was a known quantity almost, right?
Right.
I mean, his last 4 games, he had quarterback ratings under 70, or like he had 1 in 70, and the rest were below that. He had a couple good games, like where he looked like and apparently someone said this, that, well, hey, he might be the guy to move on to when they're and not bring their quarterback back. Well, the first game he comes back, he wins, right?
Right.
They won this. What the Cardinals won this weekend, didn't they?
It's funny how that works.
So yeah, it's like, who do we got here? I mean, we still got the same problems. We scored 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter. Our first 2 drives of the game were a tip ball to Addison off of what looked to be a sure pick, and then a 3 and out. And then we had 3 touchdowns in the second quarter, and we had 3 points the rest of the game. So the whole idea that all of a sudden, and 6 out of 15 third downs, it's like we still got a situation with it's like I thought we got past it with the Green Bay and in San Francisco, where I thought we played like complete game, like throughout the game, to come back and have, one awesome quarter, and then that was our offense for the whole game. Just, and and there's something to say that, hey, that touchdown run got called back, but that was off a short field, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, and then I think the one field. Yeah. Well, anyways, we still haven't figured shit out yet. It's two games in a row where, Dobbs struggled early, right? We only scored 3 points. We gave him an 8-point lead. And then we can't, and then he was marvelous the rest of the game, right? So, yeah, and I do, and KOC took a lot of responsibility for that. He said he had to call plays that gave people best opportunity, so he took a lot of heat, or he took the brunt of what could have been heat, and I agree with him. I agree with him.
Yeah, I mean,
to some extent.
There's also the missed field goal there too. Now it's 54 yards. Say whatever you want.
We missed 3 kicks against San Francisco, so yeah. So that's part of the game. It's 54-yarder.
Yeah, I mean, to me, one thing about well, no, we'll save that for later because that's one of your themes. So we'll get back to that. Well, I guess what I would say is yes, it is ultimately by the end of the day and at the end of the game, 27 points is 27 points, whether you score, 3 in the first half and 24 in the second, or vice versa. It was just, when was the last? Probably Chicago at home last year, where we scored touchdowns on our first 3 drives, or the year before that in Arizona, where we scored touchdowns on 3 of our first 4 drives. It was just like, okay, we might actually have something here. It's actually, the offense is working. I guess what I would say about Dobbs is, yes, he's still a work in progress, no doubt about it. And
I don't really put a whole lot on him on this. I do. Well, that should have been a pick. That got the ball.
Right. You got lucky on that one. And I said that right away.
Very lucky. But Kirk's gotten lucky, right? Addison ripping that ball away. That was fucking, for a touchdown against San Fran, right? That was lucky, right? Yeah. So that I have no luck happens. It was happening a lot for us. The reason why we moved the ball a lot but we still only had 5 of 6, 6 of 15 on third downs is because also penalties extended drives for us. So
yeah, well,
and that's happened for Kirk when he was quarterback too. So we need to be with that running game needs to happen. Those 3rd and 10s, those 3rd and 8s got to stop happening. And he's got to figure it out. And I was we're talking about Dobbs right now, but so I mean, he's been absolutely spectacular. As far as I think, I don't think he's as accurate as Kurt.
No,
he's had a lot of guys that are just wide open, right, and he's hit them. He's that accurate. He's accurate enough. I don't think he's below average accurate. I think he's probably average or above, a good enough if we keep the pocket clean, right? We don't know what he's like without a really bad pocket yet. he's like got to hold the ball for 5 seconds and then he runs. What happens when, that doesn't happen? This offensive line's playing out of their heads for him and playing out of their heads for Kirk. So hopefully that continues and we can see him be his best. And like I said, I don't think he's as Kirk threw some freaking dimes this year where thread needles, and he's done that. Right now Dobbs has hit guys open, that were open, and he's hit them. Minus the TJ Hawkinson, where he kind of threw this guy into the defense instead of back shoulder or closer to the sideline earlier in the game. That could have been wide open. I think that was on our 3 and out, if I'm not mistaken. Or was that on the field goal drive? I forget. But there was a play with TJ Hawkinson. You know what I'm talking about, though, right?
Yeah. I don't remember exactly which drive that it was.
I think it was one of the first 2 drives. I remember that.
Right.
I don't know if it was the 3 and out one or if it was a play earlier in the other drive. But anyways, it was one of the first 2 drives, and he threw it upfield, allowing the guy to come back. Or allowed the guy to make up the ground, and he was able to, knock the ball away before it got to Hawkinson. That may be a better, with more work with Hawkinson, more experience in that play, maybe he throws it more to the sideline and away from the defender, and he makes the catch. He's again accurate enough,
right?
As long as we keep protecting him, given enough time to make good decisions, and he's made them. So big shout out.
Well, what I like about him is he's not just taking the snap, taking a look at 1.5 reads, and then taking off. And to your point, the offensive line is giving him the opportunity to do that. Absolutely. But he's still looking.
He's reading the whole field. Well, there was a couple plays. There was one where he did take off probably a little early, but he probably got the same yardage as if he would have thrown it. So it's one of those things. He's only got 2 weeks of experience. Maybe he reads that a little longer, But anyways, his feet and his ability. I say he's an elite runner.
Absolutely
for quarterback. So that when Kirk might make this big throw, he makes a big run. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like this offense is the same, except we got a few runs in there instead of big ass passes.
Right.
We haven't really seen a deep ball yet, if I'm not mistaken.
We haven't.
So I can't tell you what his deep ball looks like, and I haven't gone back and looked at old tape of him, but I think he's probably good at it. I just don't know yet.
Well, I guess to me, what we can look forward to. Oh, absolutely. What we can look forward to is this. With KOC, I think that Dobbs can be, I don't want to say taught accuracy or taught this or that, but it can be molded, so to speak, where now you have that dual threat quarterback. Getting back to your point about the running game, you can run different options that you couldn't do with Kirk, like the read options, the pistol formation.
I like that. That lead play, he didn't hand it off and he followed the running back. I like that play.
Yeah. And the direct snap to Ty Chandler that went for a touchdown was another thing that I don't know that they would have done with Kirk. But circling back to your part of the running game, if it's not abundantly obvious at this point, Ty Chandler needs to be the number 1 running back, and Alexander Madison.
It's kind of crazy. He gave it's not that it was crazy, but some people would look at a stat sheet and say 3 yards per carry and wonder how the guy got a game ball. I think he gets the game ball because it's his first touchdown. Because he said that. But yeah, he should have had a second one. That guy bull rushed Brian and he got his ass beat. But he had his arm around him. But I don't see the guy throws the flag, but he can't see. I don't think he could see the arm around him. But anyways, he got bull rushed and got beat, and he told Ty Chandler he owes him one, so he took responsibility for it. But you look like you shot out of a cannon, and that's what I say about him. He is explosive, and he needs the ball.
And he's got the vision. And
honestly, Kenny Nwango had a pretty good run where he stutter step, got the guys to bite, and he took it around the edge. Yeah. He has that speed. So that impressed me.
Let me get some shouts. We're a little behind here because we got Zach in the building. What's going on, Zach? Good to see you. Skull Brother, Skull Mafia building as well. think I faded out. Skull Mafia, what's going on? We got AJ in the building. Missed you guys out for Green Bay. I'm glad you got to see that game, AJ, and good to see you. It's been a minute. I saw somebody ask you, did you get a skull chant going? I'll put that in the chat too. We got Young Cringe. What's going on? Even when he escapes the pocket, he's still looking to throw down. Absolutely. Clifford, what's going on? Good to see you. We got our guy in the zone podcast. What's up, Zoe? I didn't see it. Did you get your money about hitting that over? I think you did, but tell us again anyway. Of course, we also got Swerve in the building as well. Channel first start on primetime. Let's go. And oh, by the way, Dalton Reisner is going to have a little extra pep in his step, I think, come Sunday night. But having said all that, I like what I see from Dobbs.
Got a lot of pep in his step.
Well, yeah, including the karate kick, you know.
So if you go back and look at my video on Dalton Reiser, that two things I said, he's not as bad a run blocker as people say he is. He's always looking to go to the second level. And this is the thing about him. I said in my video is like he runs down the field and is like the guy to pick up the running back. And every play you see him, he's down there when the running back's getting tackled.
Absolutely.
So I feel he is exactly the guy I thought he was. Now people saying he graded bad this last game. I haven't gone back and looked at it, but I love that guy on the team. I love him on the
Oh,
team.
absolutely. And you know, a lot of people said, Quasi, what are you doing picking up this guy who's like 1-8 or whatever he was on the Arizona Cardinals? Well, pretty good thing he did do that, because where the heck would we be at this particular? Yeah, exactly. Where would we be at this point? Shout out Dylan in the building. What's going on, Dylan? Good to see you. Have a feeling we're really about to feel this extra. I hope so, because yes, you're right. Absolutely. Shout out to Eric from New Mexico, along with Florinda. Appreciate you guys stopping in tonight. We appreciate everybody. In fact, let's go ahead and hit the reset button. If you didn't already hit the like button on your way in, hit the like button, and then after the show, hit the like button on the other channel as well. We got Colton in the building. What's going on, Colton? Good to see you. Appreciate you stopping by. And let's see. I think I've got everybody that's in here. What's going on? Yes, we got everybody thus far. So anything else on Dobbs for right? Well, I will say this. I cannot wait to see this offense. I say it is.
I lost you. You can't wait to see the offense.
Oh. All right. We back?
You froze on me.
What I was saying is, can't wait for Jefferson to get back, because the Saints did do some adjusting at halftime, and they did put a spy on him in the second half, and that, you know, maybe has a little something to do. I mean, they are a top 10 defense, but go ahead and put a spy on Dobbs when you got Jefferson, Addison, and TJ Hawkinson out there, where you're playing with 10 guys on defense. If you're going to take one and put him on Josh Dobbs, I'm all for that. By all means, feel free to put a spy on that guy when you got all the complementary weapons with him there as well.
Anything I did a poll today on how I think people are pretty rational about Dobbs right now. I did a poll, Josh Dobbs, on that first choice. It said, real deal, let's effing go, LFG. Pretty good, we'll see. Hot right now, will cool, and then journeyman backup. And 16% said real deal, but the vast majority said pretty good, we'll see, 51%. And then hot right now, will cool, 28%. So, but we got, you know, good 67% of the people that voted so far are like, you know, hey, I think he's good. And that's where I am. I think he's good. And I don't think he'll cool. I think he'll be the same person. But like I said, I think it depends on if our offensive line plays good. And I think our offense will be even better. Like crazy better. Like in the first half, I was looking at this guy. This feels like 98. When our offense was just boom, and this offense was just booming, and I'm like, in second half, not so much, right? So it's like if we had the running game to go with it, like a Robert Smith, like this Ty Chandler, then I'm like, holy crap, this offense is clicking.
Oh yeah.
It's not completely clicking right now, because the whole second half we're at these 3rd and 8s, 3rd and 10s. So yeah, we just got to figure that out, which brings us to KOC.
Real quick, shout out to Ryan. Congratulations on your niece. That's awesome, dude. That is absolutely awesome. And Ryan, you know, I forgot. How did that surgery go with your wife? How's she doing? I know that was a few weeks ago, and I forgot to ask you about it after the fact. So let us know how she's doing there as well. KOC, brilliant in the first half, a little questionable in the second half, to say the least. Shout out James in the building. What's going on, James? TJ needs to rest those. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. The bye week cannot come soon enough for TJ Hawkinson. But I will say that the things I said this yesterday on my drive show, the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde routine with KOC. It's like, come on, dude. Brilliant play calls first half, way too conservative in the second half. And you tell me what you think about this.
Are they
I thought his
brilliant
challenges were horrible on Sunday. What did you think of that?
So the first one was real bad.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
The second one, he had to think that one he had to do a little more quicker because they were going to snap it. And right away, it kind of felt like, as we had an angle, it looked like he fell on top of the guy, on top of us. And no, he didn't. His butt hit. But it was really close. So I don't feel like that was too bad. But is it really brilliant play calling if Dobbs is saving you with running? If nobody's open, is it brilliant play calling?
All right, I'll rephrase. The offense was on fire in the first half, and it was absolutely cold in the second half. Now, again, we talked about the missed field goal and the touchdown taken away from Ty Chandler on a holding penalty. But I'm just saying we've given props to.
I'm just putting that question out there because we did have a lot of penalties go our way that first half. Got chunk yards that way, 15 yarders and shit like that. So that helped. And then that crazy run by Dobbs for the touchdown, which it should be a Jordan logo right now, which is awesome. I love it.
Just seeing him jump like he was like you said.
I did a TikTok. I tried to put it on Twitter, but for some reason it doesn't load. But I did a TikTok with Rocket Man and had him doing all the right stuff and the scene of right stuff when they're walking down the gangway.
There you go.
But
as far as KOC goes for me, I was a little disappointed in the challenges. The first one was bad. He doesn't challenge the spot when Dobbs clearly had a first down. I don't know how the refs marked him that short, but I think.
Well, and the replay video, the view's being blocked too. So that one's hard.
Yeah, I get it. I'm just saying. I don't know. I guess it was just a conglomerate of things that the way it went, coupled with how the game flow went. Yeah. Say again.
I was just saying. You also think, why didn't he go for it?
Well,
didn't we kick?
Yeah, that's the other one. Thank you. There was one more thing, and I can't remember. Yeah, 4th and 3 from the 37-yard line, 54-yard field goal ends up getting this, so you give him 10 extra yards. And so, to me, if it was 4th and 6, I could say, all right, kick the field goal. 4th and 3, when you got a mobile quarterback who can take off and run, that's the other one. Thank you for reminding me that. I knew there were 3 things I didn't like. The conservative second half, the challenges, and yes, to go for a field goal there. I don't know what he was thinking. I really don't know what he was thinking there. And I'm just like, wait a second. Like I said, you've got all of these options for you. You've got more 4th down plays that you can run now that you've got a guy like Dobbs. I don't know. What do you think?
And we've been great on 4th down, right?
Yes.
Like we've only missed one.
Mm-hmm. So let me get some shouts. I'm a little bit behind here. We got Caesar in the building. What's going on? Hope Barr doesn't become a liability. Yes, absolutely. We got Darian in the building. What is going on? Let me overreact to the Barr signing in peace. All right, fair enough. There was one more. This is a good comment here. We got Dobbs has to hit Addison underneath, and that goes back to what we were talking about just a minute ago. Yes, he still has to work on his accuracy issues. He's still got to work on his anticipatory throws. But again, the guy's only been in the building for a week and a half.
Yeah, there was because last week he had an awesome throw to TJ Hawkinson. He threw it high over the dude, perfect for TJ to get. And then this week he bounces one to the flat, and I'm like, God, that was such a bad throw.
Yeah, it was so. As soon as he threw it, he put his hands on his head.
I was like, oh my God! It was like, oh my God! Is that Donald McNabb? It's like, what the hell?
Bounce pass,
yeah, and then imagine this: Kirk falling down short of the first down, tripping over the turf. Can you imagine the grief we'd be giving him right now? In Dobbs, but again, we only had 20 seconds. We punted, so it doesn't hurt. But if there's 2 minutes left and he misses that, he missed that first down because he tripped. He didn't get. I was thinking maybe someone tripped him up. No, the the turf monster got
Oh
him.
yeah, Turf Monster's got him. No,
Turf monster
absolutely.
got him, and and there was a chance he might have broke that too. It's like, just imagine him breaking that through the line, taking to the house.
Oh yeah.
I think a guy would have got him though, or tripped him up, but
It wouldn't have mattered at that point. Well, I agree with
yeah, it would have
Clifford.
been fun though, right?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. No, I agree with Clifford. This is what I said last night. Whoever is in charge of telling him when to challenge and when not either needs to be retrained or needs to be put on the unemployment line. But real quick, I
That
want to
first
get
one's bad. I mean,
Yeah.
obviously the ball's
and Jordan could have said something to him
just
too. by the
rolling
way.
on. I mean, the ball is just gone, right? It's not in his hands anymore. It's just,
I mean, it was a
it was
brilliant
crazy.
effort.
It could have been a good catch though.
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Jordan Addison's a real deal.
Yeah, it was
Now,
a
one thing
brilliant
I'm a
catch
little
to get his
worried.
feet in bounds. Yeah.
One of the things I'm a little worried about, but not too worried, is that half our targets were to our tight end, to one tight end.
Mm-hmm.
The next 4 receivers, he had the same amount of targets as the next 4 receivers. And I'm wondering, when JJ comes back, how will that change? Because he really relied on our tight end
Mm-hmm.
2 weeks in a row.
Well, I think
did-
it's the old adage is, the tight end is the rookie quarterback's best friend, and so to a certain
Yeah.
extent,
And he was
you gotta
open
think
though.
about that.
I'm not saying that he wasn't.
Right.
Yeah. He's not
Shout out to
forcing it to him.
Shout out to
That's why I'm
Roman.
not so worried.
Shout out to Roman De La Luz. Thank you so much for joining us here. If you have if you ever watch on YouTube, hit the subscribe buttons to both of our channels, and let's just hit the reset button. Everybody hit them like buttons if you could, please. Let's get this pumped up a little bit more around here. We always love that. But no, I agree with Clifford's point. Whoever is in charge of such
Minnesota
things.
Sports Talk.
Okay.
Most of you probably are watching on Justin's channel. So
No, he's watching on the Facebook channel that you got going there.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Awesome. Welcome.
See that Facebook logo next to his name?
Go on YouTube, man.
Yeah.
Go on YouTube too, man. It's you can catch more stuff. We go live all the time, man.
Yes. As well as the the short videos that are done. Those only go up on the YouTube page for both of our channels. So yeah, if you got a YouTube account, hit the sub button on both of those and hit the notification bell, because this is the only show I think either of us do that gets streamed over to Facebook there. But glad you could join us. Glad you found us there.
That'd be incorrect.
Regardless. Say what?
That'd be incorrect. I stream to my Facebook channel all the time.
Oh, fair enough. I was incorrect. I was incorrect as usual. Go 3 wide, put Oliver in the block. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. We'll see. I think Kevin O'Connell is going to he'll find a way to integrate JJ back into the offense. I don't think that once he gets here that Dobbs is gonna say, okay, I'm just gonna throw to JJ on every play.
Well, that was the thing, is like we haven't thrown it down. Like we haven't thrown it downfield. Do you remember, has there been a play where we like let one go? Because we've done it with Kirk, right?
Yeah,
I don't think we've done it quite yet. Like try to throw a home run.
No,
I don't necessarily think we have the personnel right now.
Well, yeah, that too. I mean, the closest thing to a downfield throw was that TJ Hawkinson touchdown. I think that was what, 30 yards maybe?
But it wasn't like across the middle post
route.
Right.
So, it was a post route. It wasn't like he threw like a 40-yard, 50-yard bomb down the field. No, you're absolutely. I'm saying that was the closest thing too.
Yeah, so far. I liked it. It was a hell of a good throw.
Yeah, absolutely. And it was on target, the whole shebang. Yes, I know the notification button is sketchy at best, but hey, shout out Mary in the building. What is going on? Late, but made it absolutely hard to lose. First off, Mary, we still undefeated. And yes, Mary, this is in fact the last one of that set that you gave me. But shout out to Mary, the matriarch of this Vikings community. With all that being said, I think KOC is going to need to have all of his ducks in a row, because playing in Denver is always a challenge on Sunday Night Football. Prime time, the whole nation's watching. Everybody was talking about, hey, maybe this game will get flexed out, and there was a good chance that was going to happen. Not anymore. Russell Wilson, chat. Oh, we're spinning again. I did say that. Now, okay, I'll give us both credit. You did say that Brian Flores was going to make this defense, particularly scoring defense. I got to give you props on that, because we're top 12 in scoring and 14 in yards. And I did kind of say, you know what? I don't think Russell is as cooked as he looked. Say what?
I said we'd cause a lot of turnovers too.
Yeah, turnovers too. Yes. I said Russell Wilson. Let's not bury him just yet. Let's get him with a real coach, unlike Nathaniel Hackett. And he looked halfway decent last night. And it's going to be a challenge. I'm not, but at the end of the day, it ain't Russell last year. Let's just put it that way. The Bills.
Yeah, he's been on.
Yeah.
He's got like 18 touchdowns now or something like that. Before the Monday night game, Kirk was still second in touchdowns, tied for
Is that
second in
right?
touchdowns. Yeah.
Wow.
Going into the Monday night, Josh Allen had the same amount as him. I think I guess he threw one last night.
Yeah, I know he ran for one because that's the only. I did my show and then I had to
if
cut
he
off
didn't
the
throw for
podcast,
one,
I
he's
didn't
still
see
tied
it.
with Kirk, so he's still second. But yeah, he's still one ahead. He's played 2 less games than Patrick Mahomes, and he has one more touchdown in him. And so it's kind of funny that's how well he was playing. So this is just absolutely amazing that Dobbs comes in and we're still alive and we're looking good, and our defense is even better, which is great.
I'm looking right now to see if Allen has passed him here or not. Let's take a look, see if I can find it. Where is it? Touchdowns sort. Yeah, Josh Allen and Tua Tagovailoa also has one more. So yeah.
Well, Tua always had one more. Had more.
Oh, did he? Okay. And Russell Wilson also has 18. So yes, the bottom line is your point is
because of this last week. Yeah. So yeah, he was second going into Monday night.
Yeah.
But that was
your point
that was funny. I lost you.
I'm back. Dave, can you hear me or no?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you.
Hello, hello.
I hear you.
All right, how about now?
I can hear you.
Oh, could you hear me that whole time or not? Because
you're frozen, but I can hear you.
Oh, lovely.
You're fine now.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Probably mine. Might have to get a new one there. Anyway,
so
shout out Mick Andrews. What's going on, Mick Andrews? Good to see you there as well. Evening, guys. -12.
And I think like with the defense, with the defense giving up a couple of touchdowns, I wasn't too worried because they were good plays. They were just really crazy good plays. That their team made on us. Murphy was almost baiting him to throw it to the corner, and then he did, and then the guy just took it away from him. Right. So,
yeah. The only thing I was going to say to Murphy on that Olave touchdown, get the ball knocked down. Just let the guy catch it in the air and then push him out of bounds. Don't let him land in bounds. You don't have the push out rule anymore.
Trying to get a pick.
Yeah, that's
otherwise, yeah, they stepped up after giving up the 2, and you almost kind of worried there for a second, right?
Yeah,
they stepped up.
Well, I'll say this about the defense: their biggest mistake was Derek Carr out of the game because he was terrible.
Yeah, he wasn't doing good at all.
Oh, he was so bad. Oh my gosh, he was so bad. And I guess I'll say this: Jameis Winston does what Jameis Winston does. You give him 20 passes, he's going to throw 2 ridiculous touchdown passes on effort balls, and he's going to throw 2 ridiculous interceptions on effort balls. So, at the end of the day, the defense slammed the door shut. Last 2 possessions, I got a couple of interceptions there. So,
and we found out some things, confirmed some things for me. Blackman's our best corner. I think, Danielle Hunter should be Defensive Player of the Year candidate. And Wanham is just stepping up. Got a game ball because he in KOC called it. He said he wrecked the game at that point. He sacked a guy and then got Carr tripped up. Ran him down, tripped him up to cause a punt. It's like just Wanham's playing great in the contract year. Maybe we can't afford him. Who knows? Let's see what happens here. Do we want him to be our starter? I know people probably don't want to hear about Davenport, but he's going to be back at some point, I think. And
I was just going to say,
yeah, Booth Jr. People wanted him gone.
Who was doing a podcast with
I lost you. What about Booth?
I was just going to say, I was one of those guys where I just said, hey, anything you get from Booth Jr. is found money. And So far, he's been absolutely he's been on point for the last few weeks. He's been good. This secondary.
Look at Blackman and Booth.
Say that again.
You go look at Blackman and Booth's quarterback ratings against them and all that crap. It's all just phenomenal. Blackman's even better. But to throw a guy to the curb that everybody thought was a first round talent coming out of college, to throw him to the curb because he was a little inconsistent and he got injured.
Mm-hmm.
He's past it. He's past that injuries. Honestly, when you get older, you also start to understand what you can and can't do with your body. And except for me, I break shit all the time.
Yeah.
But 20, you start maturing, and they say, age 27 is like when you're, that's what your peak is.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, and then people want to throw Lewis Cine to the curb. I think Lewis Cine is going to be a good football player in this league. He's just behind some really good players right now.
Right.
We were lucky. The fact that not lucky, but that guys got their opportunity and performed. I'd say I would rather have Lewis Cine than Jay Ward right now.
It's a toss up, but at the end of the day, I
want the faster dude. I want the faster dude out there. I think they're probably both decent players, but I didn't want a safety drafted. That was my point. We didn't need another one.
Hold on just a second. First off, let me get these last two shouts here before I do. I got to take care of something here. Shout out Lemmy in the building, and shout out to Steven in the building. All right, I'm going to take 2 minutes, and I'm going to reset my router because this is getting to be ridiculous. And while that's resetting, I'm just going to come in on my phone for a minute. So you hold down the fort for a minute or two here, boss.
Sure. How does this YouTube work? I don't know. Let me figure this out. Let me go full. I'm going big on you. I'm going big. All right. Hey, going to Denver. I don't know how you feel about Sean Payton, but after beating beating the Saints, and then go beating the ass out of Sean Payton, that would be absolutely glorious. That'd be 6 games in a row, dude. I'm just freaking elated. I want some score predictions. We're talking about Denver now. Let's go off and do some score predictions. I said 30-17. I got us win 30-17. I think we're going to click. The defense, although has been playing all right lately, it was like 32nd in the league at one point. I don't know. I just think we're going to take them. I think we game plan for mobile quarterbacks now. It has not been a problem for us. I think all our cornerbacks and safeties are covering well. I think Danielle Hunter is going to wreak havoc. I am concerned that Hicks isn't playing, but hey, we're just putting 2 faster guys in there at linebacker. So I got us 30-17. What do you guys got? I got zone. What do I got? I got zone 30-20. Gary, you are right. 100%. He is that. 28-17, two-tone Tony. Not bad. We kick field goals, though. I don't know. At least we try to. Mateo, 35-28. I imagine Vikings. 30-17. You and me, Barber. We think alike. 34-17. I would love that. That game last night was crazy. Yeah. 12 men on the field loses the game for you. It's insane. I hope they beat the pants off Peyton. I found out today that his name is spelled Payton. I didn't realize that. I've been spelling it Peyton this whole time, but he doesn't deserve it. He doesn't deserve to win. 34-24 Minnesota. Clifford, I think all of us got us winning this game. 33-28 Justin Frederick. Our defense, man, has been stepping up lately. Been holding some teams down. Gary, an overrated one. Breeze and criminally bounty driven made him look like a genius. Yeah, they're just hurting players. 27-24. Gary, don't give me a heart attack, man. I don't want a 3-point win. I want 2 scores. I'm kidding. hate making predictions just when Raymond. Winning is a prediction. Let's go. Let's win. All right. Anthony Barr is on our team now. So yes, but is he playing? We still have 3 linebackers, and we do run a lot of big nickel with safeties. So there's that going for us. So you may not see Barr this week. You may see him next week. Who knows? I might be wrong. We'll find out. Probably his next press conference. He'll say the same crap. Well, we're taking it a day at a time, and whatever.
All right, take 2. Holy cow! Sorry about that.
Yeah, you're
ladies and
clear
gentlemen.
now. 31-21 McAndrews. When in doubt, just ask them to do score.
yes. When in doubt, ask the chat to help you out because one of the hosts decided to just
Raymond. He don't want a score prediction. He's like, no, I want us just to win.
Well, that's what
I predict lowest scoring game in history is 3-0. I'm going 5-2.
Yeah, 5-2. Yeah, a baseball score, kind of like last night. It was 9-8 at one point. I know you mentioned him with the score prediction, but shout out Justin in the building. Love the name. I can't think of a better name than what you got, Mr. Frederick. But jokes aside, thanks for joining us. Appreciate you. And all kinds of everybody's got their predictions. So he says 3 sacks. All right, we'll take that. We'll take that on Russell Wilson.
I still need my hot prediction of Harrison Smith to get 2 more sacks on the season to get 5. That was my hot prediction this year.
Oh, all right. Well,
the most he's ever had was 3, and he's tied it.
That would be sweet. He's got 7 more games though. He should be able to get 2 in the next 7 games. I don't think
I need 2 more out of you, man. I want 2. I want 2 hot takes to happen.
What's the defense. Other one?
Well, the top 10 in scoring.
Yeah.
I want the 3.
Yeah.
My Jalen Naylor will have more catches than Jordan Addison is not coming true.
Yeah.
Well,
he still got 7 games.
I did that prediction before those joint practices.
Right.
I did that prediction before those joint practices, and then I'm like, yeah, that one's out the window. So it was after the speeding ticket.
Yeah. Okay. Shout out Tyson in the building. What's going on? You're right. He's not as good as good. I will say this though. That's a good point by Tyson, but I will say this. If there's anybody in the league right now that might be able to still get something out of Anthony Barr, it's Brian Flores. Because he took this 31st ranked defense and has not only made them respectable, but has made them, a slightly above middle of the road defense. So we've got to at least give him some for that. And I think Flores is smart enough to know what Anthony Barr's got left in the tank and that he's not going to be the guy from 7 years ago. So we'll see. Again, this is what I said last night. It's a nothing burger for me. It's one of those you needed some depth. You needed because of some injuries. There's a reason he's on the scrap heap right now and that you pulled him off the scrap heap. So my expectations of him are very, very tempered, but I'd love to be proven wrong. I'd love to see Anthony Barr come in and have a resurgence for the last 7 games of the season. But am I holding my breath about it? No, not so long. Mateo says we win as long as Madison doesn't get 20 touches or more. Probably. Drop Shot says 24-17. Let's see. Oh, I totally agree with Mary here. Would love to beat Peyton. I mean, really beat. And no, absolutely. We got the Saints team.
That's what I talked about with them.
Yeah, we got the Saints team this past week. Now we got to get the coach. We can't get the quarterback.
70-20.
Yeah, 70-20 would be good. When's the last
prediction? I said 30-17.
I haven't made one yet. I wait till at least you see, I do a podcast, so you got to have the suspense. You got to do the tease sort of thing. But I'm thinking we win this game. But I still got to do some
fine tuning,
some fine tuning in the laboratory. Absolutely,
extra film study.
Yes, exactly. Shout out Yogi in the building. What's going on, Yogi? Good to see you. Shout out brother Dave from Vikings First and Skull. If you already subscribed to them on the YouTube as well as your favorite podcast aggregator, please do so post haste. That being said, let's hit the reset button since I was gone for a little bit. Hit those like buttons, and if you don't already subscribe to both channels, that is Purple and Gold for Days for me, Minnesota wrong side, Minnesota Sports Talk for him. Help us get those numbers up and help us grow this Vikings community, ladies and gentlemen, because it is that time of the season. We are now midway through November. We are a week away from Thanksgiving. Shout out to rest in peace to the late, great John Madden. Here's the thing about November football. It's a great holiday like Thanksgiving where you got your turkey and your stuffing and your mashed potatoes. But the best part of Thanksgiving dinner is you got to have good gravy. You must have good gravy. That's the best part of Thanksgiving. All right. Anyway, jokes aside, thanks everybody for joining us. Like I said, hit those like buttons and all that good stuff. All right. So Steven's got a question. Yeah.
This Michael Carter.
What about him?
He got released by the Jets.
So are you saying
haven't paid attention to his career, but as a rookie, he got like 900 yards.
24 years old. Why did they cut him?
I want Ty Chandler. I don't care, but
that's where I was going to go too.
Depth,
I was going to for depth, maybe. I guess if you know that Alexander Madison's going to be out for more than 2 weeks, more than just getting to the bye week, then I could see something. I will say this: if anybody says to me on my channel again, we should sign Adrian Peterson, no. So. Will I take this?
Do you want us to sign Adrian Peterson?
Yeah, exactly. Funny stuff. House call from the doctor. Shout out Dr. Proto. What's going on? Good to see you as well. All I'm going to say is that for a depth piece,
bringing the band back together, man.
Yeah,
we're bringing Kendricks. We're gonna ask San Diego LA to release Kendricks.
Yeah,
is he still playing or is he hurt?
I have no idea. I haven't been paying too much attention, and I didn't have a chance to watch the game this past Sunday. I had a lot of other things to square away and take care of this weekend.
You mean you're not following Kendrick's career?
No, I am not. I do not celebrate the guy's entire collection. Copyright Office Space. Shout out JDT93. What is going on? Good to see you. Appreciate you coming on in tonight, as well as everybody coming on in here tonight under the lights.
Well, he's got 8 carries for 4.8 yards per carry. Bring back Leroy Horde. Why not? If you need 3 yards, I'll give you 3 yards. If you need
you blew it.
5 yards, I'll give you 3 yards.
You blew it.
Or whatever it is.
Yeah. If you need 1 yard, I'll get you 3 yards. You need 5 yards, I'll get you 3 yards. But anyway, I agree with Mary. No, and absolutely no. That being said, to your guy, Michael Carter, yeah, I mean, if you can get him for dirt cheap, for some depth, absolutely. But as you said, and I totally agree with you, write that down. No, give everything to Ty Chandler. Enough's enough. This kid,
he got 15 carries. They say give him 15 again or 18.
No, give 18. Him 20. Give him 20 at least.
Because honestly, Kenny, he had a nice little run there. He made that run. It was all him.
Yeah, you talking about that outside run that he had?
Yeah, the hole wasn't there, and he pressed the hole. It wasn't there, and then he jetted out, and he out of out of a cannon, and he got around the edge. So it's like he made that run. That wasn't supposed to go to the outside.
Right. Chandler the Wong, we can split. I mean, I would probably go. a 75-25 with those two guys.
I don't like the split even in this situation. Right, I want a guy to get warmed up, and I think kind of that's what we've been missing. With a
that's good, Frozen. That's good. When you need 3, I'll get you 2. When you need 7, I'll get you 2. I know we shouldn't be capping too much on the guy. I mean, again, I signed off on giving Dalvin Cook the boot and thought that Madison could take over the role, and it just is what it is. He just doesn't. He's
I wanted him back for the right price, and he signed for the right, and he signed with the Jets for the right price.
Yes,
which is. I said $8 million, and he signed for $8 million, or what?
Yeah, I said 5.5 or 6 is as high as I would go. Depth Carter might take the job. Well, I mean. You guys have talked me into at least getting some depth, so I'll go for that. Assuming it doesn't cost you an arm and a leg, and with only 7 games left,
I'd rather have him right now than McBride. McBride needs some time.
I could listen to that. Yeah, I could listen to that. Steven, that's the line of the night.
What was his name again?
That's the line of the night.
What was his name again? The Wizinator?
Ontario Smith.
It wasn't, but he was a good running back.
He was a decent running back, yes, but he couldn't stay out of his own way, to say the least. Him and Kelly Campbell and who else is on that? Yeah, he was one of those Love Boat guys, if I recall correctly. But that all being said, yeah, I'm gonna have to go ahead and say no to the Wizinator. But good line of the night so far, Steven. Line of the night so far.
Well, okay. You look at Carter, he also had his rookie year 36 receptions for 325 yards.
Which goes exactly to what Tyson was just
9
saying.
yards on average.
There you go.
I mean,
okay, you've talked me into it. You lost Cam Akers. He's gone. So, yeah, all right. You've talked me into it. Appreciate you, Justin. I really do.
Well, and he probably lost his job because, Hall is so amazing, right? So,
well, I don't know about all that, but having said that, no, okay, I can listen to it. I mean, to me, it's one of those deals where, like what you were talking about earlier about reintegrating Justin Jefferson into this. Yeah. And I know running back's a different position where it's like, okay, take the ball and run this way, but we'll see. I could listen to it. You've convinced me.
I'm not a big,
that's a very good point. That's a very good point by Dave. Why did they cut him? Why did the Jets cut him? I mean, they could have cut Dalvin Cook, who hasn't done a whole lot much of anything, right?
Dobbs has been, I think, on 9 teams.
Well,
and the Steelers and the Cleveland twice. So why did they cut him or trade him? So I don't know.
Okay. Wave running backs and the guys talked and we had the floor. I'm just looking to see if I can find something in the story as to why.
Well, and then Rams got rid of Cam Akers. He was good.
Mm-hmm.
Why would they get rid of a good player, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, they at least traded him versus just out and out cutting him. But we'll see.
It was he didn't get 500 yards, so he probably didn't lose a pick.
That's true. Dr. Proto, the Wiz would thrive today. Same with Harbin. Oh, Wizinator would thrive today. Same with Harbin. The Urban. Yes. Okay, I got it. He's saying
I would love a Percy Harvin type player on this team.
Yes, there was a dog. Shout out.
And he played.
Yes. Shout out to Quiet.
To play.
Shout out Quiet Storm. What's going on, Quiet? Good to see you. 5 in a row. Let's go. You are correct. You know what? It's been a minute since we have done this. In fact, we haven't done this the whole show. It's time to get out. It's time to get out some noises here. Let's get some noises in. Shout out, Gliz. Now, unlike Sunday, where I'll turn the loop off. Okay. I don't know if you saw my pregame show Sunday, but it was a bit of a There you go. Everybody shout out Quiet Storm. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us. Hit the reset, hit those like buttons. And if you don't subscribe to both channels, hit that subscribe button to Purple and Gopher Days as well as Minnesota Sports Talk. Oh, the Taco Bell one. I forgot about that one. There you go.
That's a notification button.
I get you.
And the only way your guys are going to get my stuff is if you subscribe to me and turn on the notification button.
There you go.
I'm in YouTube jail, man.
There you go.
I am in super YouTube jail.
What did you do?
I don't know. I posted a KOC press conference.
Well, yeah, You can't post the whole thing. You got to cut out the questions.
It was a clip.
Oh, was it? Oh, okay.
It was a clip. Enough. It wasn't the whole thing.
Okay. Fair enough. Everybody shout out Quiet Storm. This is the first time I see you. You all know how we do it. If it's your first time here, we're going to say everybody shout them out. So there you go. And one more shout out here. What's going on, Steve? Good to see you. So I think we got 2 or 3 Steve. So we got the Steven and we got the Steve. All right. Anyway, is the 8 in a row incoming? I feel like Vegas and Denver is a trap game. Well, I'll say this. I think Denver's.
I'm not worried about Vegas.
Right now. I'm not. I mean, again, they've had a little bit of a resurgence now that they got a new coach. I will definitely say that. Again, 2 weeks ago, I would have said we got that one locked up. But yeah, I think of all of the next 3 games, I think Denver's going to be the toughest. You got Chicago at home; they're terrible. Somebody say, well, division games can always be fun. That's true, but I don't think at this point we should have any worry about having a letdown. We're going to have the extra day of rest before we go into the bye week. Again, Vegas, we'll see where they're at. Again, you always get kind of a resurgence the first 2-3 games when you fire your head coach and bring in a new guy or when you go to your backup quarterback.
Well, and who did they beat? It was Thursday night, right?
Let's
Thursday?
I forget. So let's find out.
It was shit. The Jets.
No, I'm not remembering either. All right, who did Vegas play? Oh yeah, they played. All right, hold on. So the Vegas Raiders, they're on a 2-game winning streak after beating the 2 New York teams. Okay, yeah. Prior to that, they lost to the Lions and the Bears. Did beat the Patriots, did beat the Packers, and did beat the Broncos. Okay, so yeah, they haven't really
they beat the Jets 16-12.
Yeah, they beat the Jets and they beat the Giants. So I mean, I hear what you're saying. I mean, again, they're going to get mollywopped in their next 2 games. They got the Dolphins and the Chiefs. Dolphins on the road, Chiefs at home. Yeah, I think the Chiefs will wear those guys out for us. But yeah, like I said,
I'm more worried about the Denver game because of
I totally agree.
The elevation. We haven't, I think, beat them there in a long time. So.
We appreciate you. I think this is the first time I've seen you in the chat. And if I'm wrong, and I did see you in the chat before, hey, no big deal of getting the shout out twice. But we appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. And like I said, share this with your friends. Tell them, hey, we got these 2 guys here on a Tuesday night, and then they do stuff all throughout the week. So tell your friends. We're just trying to keep building this. We keep building this. All right. Tyson says we're going to split with the Lions. I hope so, because I don't know. I hope we get at least one. I hope we get at least one. But to Dave's point, we can stay within 2 games and we can sweep them. We got this division. We absolutely got this division. Doctor says the Kool-Aid is tasting good. All right. Fair enough.
Dude, I'm drinking all of it. I was on that panel that a few weeks ago, and I immediately went into offensive mode when they made fun of Kirk's Achilles injury before we went live. And I said to him, well, now you got a chance. Now you got a chance.
There you go.
The Detroit guy was like, you can find me on Top of the North, instead of his YouTube channel. He's like, you can find me on Top of the North. And
Top of the North.
The Packer guy didn't know what to say to me after I told him that there's not a single quarterback that will come to play for you unless they're forced to.
Yeah, well,
you guys were destined for a decade of terribleness. And he's like, hey, Lions dude, tell them what you're going to do to them when you play them. I'm like, all right. When did the Packer fan need the Lions fan to defend him?
Yeah, I was about to say. That's
the Bears guy tells me that we are only going to win 3 more games. And he says, I didn't understand why you felt like you guys were so confident with the combination of Dobbs and Hall. And I'm like, hey, they're doing all right now. And we've already won 2 games on your 3-game prediction. Nope. And they didn't have a Vikings fan on last week.
Oh,
they just had 3. They just had 3 teams, not a Vikings fan. And I said, hey, you're missing a team.
Yeah, funny. Isn't that funny? You're right, Mary. I saw that clip today too. Did you see that one, Dave? When you got the split screen with KOC watching the play. Yeah, that was.
I saw it a couple hours. I don't know. I didn't repost it, but yeah, I saw it. Oh, I did. I said this is a great reaction. I posted it.
Yeah.
In Twitter.
Doing the Michael Jordan shrug. That's about it. All right, JDT, it's about time the Lions start winning. It only took 30 years. Well, there's something to be said for that, too. There's absolutely something to be said for that.
Yeah, I told him, the good news is JFK only missed one of your playoff wins.
Oh, so. That's a brilliant line, by the way. That is an absolute brilliant line. All right, Skull for Life says 31-23. I'll take that. I mean, listen, I'll take any victory at this particular point, but I will say this. If the Vikings can get to the bye week on an 8-game winning streak, no, that would be 7 games. The 8th game would be the Vegas. 7-game winning streak going into the bye. All of a sudden, this team is one of those, think about that. Starting out 0-3 and be 8-4 at the bye week. That's insanity. That is utter insanity. So as long as we keep this going, and again, we haven't got JJ back yet. But to your point earlier,
I mean, after the bye, wouldn't it be 7-4 going into the bye? Is the bye after Denver?
All right. No, the bye's after Chicago.
Is after Chicago?
Yeah. So if we get the next 2, it'd be 8-4 into the bye. But having said all that, regardless, okay, yes, I like this one, Doctor. 2 decades of top 10 picks will eventually help. That's pretty good. Yeah, the Lions have never won the NFC North, by the way. They've never won it. The last time they won the division,
it was the Central. And Tampa Bay has as many division titles as they do.
Yes, think about that for a second. Well, we're going to wrap this up in a couple minutes here so we get Dave to rest his vocal cords for the 8 o'clock show on Purple and Gold Media. So if you don't already subscribe there, hit those guys up as well. Let's see. I never had a doubt we are the turf and we beat ourselves in those fours. Yeah, to a certain extent. Quiet Storm, to a certain extent. But at the same
biggest
time,
difference between before then and now is we're not turning the ball over.
That's very true too. That's very, very true too. All right, question: how many sacks will Hunter have at the end of the season? Can you see him getting the season single sack record? Well, Chicago, it would depend on. Well, even with Justin Fields, they can get to him, so he could get 1 or 2 against Chicago.
I think he has to have like a big game.
Yeah, he's going to have to have one of those three bangers.
Couple 3-sack games, and then he could do it, I think.
Yeah. I mean, where's he at right now? Let's take a look.
And who was it? Jared Allen said that last year that this guy's gonna beat the sack record. He said that when he went into the Vikings Hall of Fame.
So he's got 11. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He's on the Hall. Is he in the Hall of Fame?
Jared Allen? Not yet. He's in the Vikings Ring of Honor.
It was the Vikings Hall of Fame where he came.
Vikings Ring of Honor. Yep.
Yeah, the Ring of Honor ceremony. He came to practice, and he was told that he said Danielle Hunter's going to beat the sack record.
Mm-hmm. No, that was the Arizona game last year, and it was funny. The person I was with, I was just like, this would be so Jared Allen to come out riding on a horse.
And 2 seconds later, he
comes out on a horse. Yeah. All right. So to answer your question, Danielle Hunter's got 11 sacks right now, and that's through 10 games. So that would put him roughly at 17 or 18. So he would need to have a couple of those 3-banger games, like you said, to come close. Now, mind you, that he does have an extra game than what Strahan did, but doesn't matter. The records are what the records are.
It would be down.
Yeah, it would be a little bit tough. I mean, he could probably get one of those games against Jordan Love. The problem he's going to run into is that Detroit's offensive line is pretty good. I'd be surprised if he has more than 2 sacks in both 2 sacks combined in those 2 games against Jared Goff, unless they dial up the blitzes and somehow fool the Detroit Lions offensive line. But it's going to be tough for him to get to the record. But as far as to your question or to your statement earlier, defensive player of the year, he absolutely needs to be one of the top 3 candidates for that. And it's not even close.
Well, and the fact that, we got 4 conference games or division games left, and you can get ramped up for those, and those players. So It's like, that's almost like an advantage to maybe those are the games he does really good in. Or we'll just expect Wanham to take over.
Or Marcus Davenport. Yeah, Marcus Davenport.
We'll have, Wanham will show up on the Bears game.
Yeah, exactly. Anything else to wrap this up here before we get up out of here? Let you rest your vocal cords and all that good stuff.
No, man, just been ear to ear for about 5 weeks now.
5-0, baby. 5-0 in the last 5 games after losing Justin Jefferson and then losing Kirk Cousins. Think about that for a second.
We don't need.
Did you ever imagine that?
Well, there was that picture I posted. It was a GIF, but it was Thielen, Jefferson, and Cousins eating turkey. Turducken.
Yeah.
And Peterson comes and grabs one. I said, these 4 players did not play in this last game.
Yeah.
A year later. It's crazy.
Justin's got the last one tonight. We aren't turning the ball over, and we're producing more turnovers than we are making ourselves.
That's a big thing too. We weren't turning the ball over. We were one of the worst defenses in the league the first 3 games.
Yeah.
But since then we've been one of the best. So
yeah, I mean, in the last 5 games, they're like top 5 or top 7 in all major categories, like 4th in yards and 5th in scoring and 7 in defensive DVOA or whatever those other analytics are. But no, the defense has been on fire. The defense has absolutely been on fire. And that's kind of what I said when Kirk went down, is that the defense is going to need to take it up a notch until he gets up to speed, or if he just kind of is what it is who he is, excuse me. That
Carolina is the day they changed. I feel like they really changed.
Granted, it is Carolina, but hey, it is what it is. You don't have to apologize for it. Shout out real quick to Too Evil to Hope. What's going on? Ice T and KV. All right. Too Evil. You never disappoint. All righty, everybody. Well, do want to thank you as always for joining us. We appreciate you guys coming out, supporting us. And tomorrow night, you got the Skull Experience with the GG boys. What do you got going tomorrow, Dave?
Yeah, guys. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel if you haven't already. I do 3 live shows, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and tomorrow's with GG. We're having Ali on if he shows up.
Oh, you got Ali on?
Yeah.
Nice. He's
he
a
didn't
good
show
dude.
up.
I've met him once. He's a good dude.
He didn't show up yesterday. He had personal issues.
Oh, that's unfortunate. Well,
because Monday was our PSF show.
Okay.
And he's missed the last 2 weeks. So.
That's unfortunate. Well, yeah, if you don't subscribe to both channels, hit us up. I'll be back on Thursday at 8:15 Central Time for the Skull for Days Thursday Talkers, as well as Sunday. I don't know exactly when I'm going to do my pregame show. We won't have rapping for day. Well, we might. We'll announce it on the community page. Rap and I are still trying to figure out what we're going to do. If we're going to go, if we're just going to start like at the start of the fourth quarter, or if we're just going to find another night to do it. We still haven't figured that out. You know, it's me and Rap. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out when we figure it out. But having said all that, hit the subscribe button, hit the like buttons on your way out. Go to the other channel that you didn't watch this on and just hit the like button. That's all we ask. We don't ask you to watch the whole thing again. Just go ahead and hit that like button. And like I said, if you're not subscribed to both channels, give the other man a sub, ladies and gentlemen. With all that said, thank you so kindly for joining us. Dave, what do we say on the way out or something?
Skull
Vikings. Let's win this game. Let's get to 6 in a row.
Skull to the bowl.
Skull to the bowl. We'll see you tomorrow.
You only have to beat the NFC teams to get to the championship.
Here we go. We'll see you tomorrow night for the Skull Experience on Minnesota Sports Talk. We'll see you Thursday night on Purple and Gold for Days for Skull for Days Thursdays Talkers. Thanks again, everybody, and have a great night.